our catcher gets thrown out. Leo actually gets thrown out. And then as one of our players are walking away, he's like just like muttering something to himself. He's like, something. He says the word wife. I don't even think he said a full complete sentence. And then the umpire flipped out, bro. Like legit, like saw red, started taking off his shirt, wanting to fight like our player, and was like sprinting on the field.
The umpire wanted
Yeah, it was insane, dude.
Hey guys, welcome to the Pulse Athletics Podcast, LA's premier baseball resource. Today we got another special guest, Stephen Knez, Valley Boys. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, dude. You're welcome. As always, we got Pags, Alex, Nick, and like I said, Stephen. Stephen runs a social media influencing baseball brand called Valley Boys. It's an awesome brand. He's trying to take baseball and make it more entertaining for everyone. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I started social media back when there was like nobody like doing it, like probably like 2017, 2016, back when I was in high school. And I just started putting out my own training journey out there online. And I started watching like a lot of gym influencers and stuff. And, you know, I was like, there's not many people like doing this, if at all, in baseball. There was literally only like Dodger films at the time.
Maybe Eric Sim, right? Like that about it?
No, so Eric Sim, like he started probably like somewhat recently in like 2021, 22-ish. And yeah, I'm talking like 2017, back when it was the teens still, you know what I mean? So yeah, I vlogged the end of my senior year of high school, and then eventually got recruited to Arkansas Tech University. So recorded like the whole journey, like moving from Southern California to Arkansas Tech, Russellville, Arkansas. And, you know, I wasn't really vlogging much like right when I got there, because obviously I'm trying to make a team. Mm-hmm. And all my teammates were like, yo, Steve, like pull out the vlog, man. Like in their accents from Arkansas, you know. Yeah. And then I was like, all right. And then I started doing it here and there, just like some clubhouse stuff. Like I always put it down like when it's time to work out or time to practice with the team. I had a very good sense of like when to pull out the camera and when to get like some funny moments and stuff. And, you know, it really caught steam when, you know, we got like a good win or a good practice or something like that. And my coach was like, hey, Stephen Knez just uploaded another vid. And then he would play it on the big screen. Like, I'm like, bro, what the heck? So
like at the stadium?
Yeah, in our like really nice clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
And so I knew it started to get like, you know, legs of its own. Just like the YouTube channel too, just like making YouTube vlogs, like not even for that many like views at the time.
Yeah.
It's only around like maybe like 8,000 views, like 5,000 views, like 10,000 views was like, let's go, bro. Like hit the lottery. Like, even though like it didn't make me anything at the time, because I wasn't allowed to make money in school at Arkansas Tech. So that was always the goal, knowing that people can have their whole like careers and everything on just doing what they love, like making YouTube videos and doing what they love in the videos, you know? And so I thought that was really kind of like, you know, me playing baseball to my highest ability. I was like kind of ready to go and just, you know, film that and then make a career filming me making myself a career in baseball, you know? It was very interesting. Dynamic, do you think but I was going for it, you know?
Yeah, would you say it's more fun kind of going the social media route rather than the competitive route, or
so
I think that they can like intertwine?
Yeah, I think that they can most definitely intertwine. It's really, at some point you're gonna get like this weird, you know, business sense of like, you have to worry about like what certain people think. And so it's like, who do you want to give that power to, you know? Do you want to give that power to your audience that you're trying to make an impact with, and like they get to know you on a personal basis? They actually get to know like what you want to put out in the world, especially, you know, if you're just in it to inspire and motivate and all that stuff. Like, or do you want to give it to like that attention to just scouts in the stands? Like, you know, and sure, they could pay you like a lot of money if you're like the top of the top, but like, I don't know, a lot of people get left to the curb, you know, like, and I've seen that happen more than once, like, especially with like, dude, some of the best players I've ever played with, man, like they thought that they were guaranteed, like they got drafted, and then, you know, they just stay in the minors when they're like literally like hitting home runs like every game. It's insane. So these people could like literally just do like whatever you want, like with your career. And it's like, I'd rather have that fully in my hands. Yeah. You know, whether that means like making my own team and creating our own avenue of just like, you know, whether it's prestigious or not, like it really is all that we can make it. And so, with the success of the YouTube channel too. Like, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. And like we talked about it on our first podcast, like how baseball is truly all in it for entertainment, right? So like, yeah, minor leaguers might be great players, and there's a lot of them that can potentially play at that MLB The Show type status.
Yeah.
But the MLB wants that one guy that throws 100 rather than that pitcher that can get everyone out, throws 93, right? Spots up in and out, but has like spin and change that they have a full arsenal, but they just want that one guy that throws 100.
Yeah, they're starting to realize kind of what the Bananas have been doing as of late. Like, you kind of just need the people there to have the insane feet that will draw eyes.
Yeah, no,
So,
absolutely. So your Valley Boys brand came first, right? And then you
so
also have a Sunday league.
Yeah. So I'll explain it kind of as concise as I possibly can, because it's still a lot of like groundwork and years and stuff. But basically, have my Stephen Knez like personal brand that I've created, and just like making content, being inspirational with like my baseball career and where I take it, in all the avenues I played in, and that became Valley Boys Apparel. I made my fans, inspired, especially along the COVID years and stuff, and I created a movement, and I created their fan name called the Valley Boys, and it was really just inspiring them to get that work in when nobody's watching, no matter the hate, no matter the doubt, and really just keeping these kids up when like the future was definitely uncertain, So keeping these kids up, then kind of led into creating the Valley Boys Apparel merch brand, which I'm blessed and fortunate to have like done decent with that, and I'm trying to figure out as I go too. I'm a YouTuber, right? I'm not really like a merch guy, so I had to like kind of keep it going, try and figure out how I could like maximize this, like, and sustain it for like the rest of my life,
Yeah, absolutely.
Still on that path.
But both you guys played during COVID. Were you playing during COVID too?
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to hear kind of like everyone's story on like what it was like playing during COVID, because I never did. I graduated 2018 from Cal State Monterey Bay, but I know you were playing JC ball at the time.
Yeah.
So you were playing JC ball. What was it like at that level?
It was weird because it was weird because I got hurt at the time. I ended up breaking my hamate bone, and I was out for.
No way! I broke my hamate bone too, bro.
It's the worst pain in the world.
Is that your hand? That's
twin scars
right
or
here,
what?
right?
That's right here. They took that little bone out.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm on my left side.
Yeah. Well, what was the recovery like on that?
The recovery on like that. My hand would twitch, stuff like that. I was squeezing like stress balls.
Some guys have to have
grabbing
surgery, right? You didn't have
Some guys.
You didn't have surgery?
No, I did. I have a scar.
Yeah, you got the scar.
Yeah.
No, some guys' recovery's different. I know Jose Ramirez came back 29 days after, but you look at Mike Trout last year. He missed the rest of the year because of it. Because just some guys.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Dude, so they said we had 3 months, or like 3 months would be like an average, like 3 to 5 months or something like that. But like, I think I was good in 3. It's really just like, when does the stiffness like stop? Like, so it's like, when is it mobile enough
full range of motion.
to play? Yeah.
My hand would twitch out of nowhere. I'd be sitting right here and it'd be twitching out of nowhere. So like,
I got mine right at the cutoff time of turning into season. Like, so then I ended up redshirting. So it was like kind of interesting timing, but it actually did lead for me to pick up the vlog like a lot more. Like, just like some hurt dude. Like, might as well film and vlog and
purpose
stuff.
for everything. Yeah.
And still get like working with the other hand. So I'm kind of following my journey as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anyways, COVID.
I literally got injured in January. I had surgery in February, so I was like right before the season, and so I was redshirting, and then we come March and everything shut down.
Yeah,
and it's like, and especially here in Los Angeles, this is the worst. It was the worst to be a JUCO or a high school player here, because they literally, I mean, I don't know if it was the same for you, for what, almost 2 years we didn't play.
Yeah, no, it was rough, bro. It was rough. Like, LA County had some kind of super strict positions on it, and like Eric Garcetti, I remember, like, we were trying to figure out how to like write an impactful letter or like see if we could make a difference, but it wasn't really working. So, but yeah, the only thing we could do is just like keep on working though. So we just would legit pull up to like random parks in the valley and just like that were open because everything was closed, and just like open fields pretty much. And just try and do as much as we could. But COVID was definitely interesting times. How was your experience with COVID?
For me, it was we're right in the middle of our spring trips. So we were going down to Ohio U, and we kind of like, we had an idea about it. Like we were hearing about, well, first it was the Ivy Leagues that shut it down. And then once we started hearing some more schools that were shutting down, we're all on Twitter, like the whole bus ride there. And we had a feeling it was gonna come. Our coach put a meeting together in the hotel room once we got there, and it just said it was shut down.
So you made that whole trip, and
Made the whole trip. Yeah.
That sucks.
Didn't get to play
No, it was right before we were gonna play.
right before game 1.
Yep.
That's tough.
It was such
Seniors
an
were
uncertain
crying.
time too.
Yeah.
Like everyone didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yep.
You know,
No
we
one
didn't
knew.
know how serious it really was.
It wasn't serious at all.
Dude.
I'm gonna say it right now on
true.
camera.
Looking back
COVID
at it?
was a scam, dude. I'm looking back at it right now. I had it. It was a scam. Like you guys have heard all that other stuff popping out, right? Like Zuckerberg came out with saying that that they literally were lying about COVID.
Well, there was a lot of like, I don't know. I just felt like it was just too political. They
wait.
try to make it too political. Same thing with like the vaccines and everything like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like
they tried to, but it sucks for us as like
players.
as players because it's like we lost a year. I mean, some guys lost 2 years. Some guys lost their whole career.
Yeah,
some guys
and
had to go get jobs and
I know the seniors
seniors a lot.
seniors that year, they got screwed over because they couldn't go to the NCAA to get another year back. But I know that some of the other guys, like the juniors or the freshmen through freshmen through juniors, they could redshirt. They could take that extra year to play.
I think the seniors had the option, but a lot of them just didn't take it.
Oh, really? Yeah. What was it known, or was it one of those things where it was like?
I think maybe not every school had an option because I remember some pretty sob stories from seniors. I was like, dang, bro, that's actually, you had it worse than me. I was a transferring like sophomore, like for college,
Yeah.
like out of JUCO, so pretty important to me. But I heard some seniors from high school. I was just like, that's tough, especially some Cali ones at least. Like,
Yeah. Because it lasted what, 2 years, two seasons for you, 2 seasons for me.
yeah,
It was one season for me.
One season, but then a
But the next
shortened
year we
season.
only did conference. Yeah, it was a
Shortened season. That's right. Was it the same for you guys?
yeah.
What school were you at?
I was at Pierce.
Pierce, yeah, LA Valley College, I think. So we were legit like in talks to eventually play. Like we were skipping like the whole fall or something, so it was already weird.
Yeah.
And then like comes into spring, we get told that we might get the opportunity of playing in a like a shortened spring season, and we're just like, you know what, like that sucks, but I'm down to play games. Like I don't care. Like let me get some reps in, some live ABs or something. You know, just trying to get some work on a baseball field.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's like the
trying
World
to
Series.
trying to
like,
better our immune system. You know? So,
Exactly.
like what happened to Justin Turner? Like in the middle of the game, they pull him in the World Series. It's the World Series.
Yeah.
It's like really you're gonna.
Oh, because he tested positive.
Because he tested positive.
and
Oh,
they pulled
yeah,
him
I
out in the
forgot
middle of
about
the
that.
game. It's like,
No,
dude,
that was crazy times. Bro.
like, are you kidding
No,
me?
yeah, he tried fighting it. He didn't have symptoms. He didn't have anything.
That's what I'm saying.
He would just tested positive.
So then, yeah, we were practicing with masks on, and it was like whatever. I'm just glad to be on this amazing, beautiful turf field at LA Valley, probably best field around. But basically, then we got told that we weren't gonna have that shortened season. And we're just like, dude, I could have transferred to like some JUCO in Texas or like NorCal or something. Like I just wish I had notice. Dude, I just worked for like probably a year and a half straight because I had nothing else to do except for that and make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get to use it. So, I probably could have maximized a little bit more on like, got creative with it, maybe put together my own games or something like that. Turns out I thought of that idea like 2 years later. Anyways, ended up going to a JUCO in Monterey actually because I was
right?
trying to play at Cal State Monterey Bay. Then I went to MPC and then
I know that you do have some guys that are currently playing at Monterey that are part of your Valley Boys organization, right?
Yeah, so I had a former teammate, Jason Ajamian, that was just there at Cal State Monterey Bay, and I have 2 really good friends that live in the Monterey, probably more than 2, but I have a bunch of friends in the Monterey area that like are down with the Valley Boys like movement that we're
I know
doing.
you had like a lefty pitcher, right? There's
My friend Kevon Ebron, he's a beast.
Yeah.
And he was like conference player of the year when he was at MPC, and he also happens to be like funniest guy I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Yeah. So pretty talented dude.
So COVID really-
eventually trying to get him out to LA, play with the Valley Boys. That'd be sick.
So COVID really actually helped you kind of grow your Valley Boy stuff in a sense, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, shoot, you got to control what you can control, right? Like being in LA, like, you know, may have its restrictions, it may have its politics, but we're literally in the best spot that at least people in my industry, like in the social media industry, like want to move to. So it's like complete land of opportunity. Like I was able to just, you know, pull up to a field, train my butt off, and then next thing you know, Hunter Cloudis, like one of the actors from All American, the show, the football show. He's just like, hey, can I hit with you guys? And we're like, yeah, bro, like come through. Like, and getting some guys like my homie Jonah Murray, he's actually on tour right now. He was in a really popular boy band. Yeah, he's got like 2 million followers, and he's just a baseball fan. He just loves playing baseball. And we're like, yeah, bro, Jonah, come hit, dude. Like, let's go. Like, and then you make like super good friends, connections, all that way just by like kind of combining your passion, doing what you love, and just, you know, being a good dude.
Yeah. What was that tipping point that kind of got you the like media attention, the social media attention that you kind of wanted or were searching for?
Yeah.
When was that tipping point? Was it during COVID, after COVID? And then also like kind of who was like that one contact that, you know, like helped support you on that journey?
I would say like I've seen it be done and thought about in so many different ways. Like there's like books about fame. There's like how to increase your levels of fame. There's like gurus and stuff. But like learning it like and doing it the way I know is literally just starting from like zero and just building that fan base like on YouTube and just trusting YouTube's algorithm. Like that was like how I did it. I built a cult following. They would always just like spam comments on my videos on the inside jokes saying like Valley Boys up, let's go. Like Carrie's so funny. Like Carrie's like a homie in my videos and stuff. And like they would say like there was a praying mantis one time in a video like at our field. We named him Doyle, and then I have this one fan that's always like, bring back Doyle. Like it's just like kind of stupid humor that just like happens in the moment, you know.
And that little do you know, he has a warehouse full of praying mantis now. They're all named Doyle.
Yes, no, I got a bunch of pets named Doyle. We actually in the last video or in the latest Valley Boys video that we just filmed, Tyler Olivas, he was one of the people in that original Doyle video. He found another praying mantis, so the return of Doyle, bro. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, man, so basically just kind of creating that, putting out good energy in the world, but then also paying attention to like the game and like what you're in. Like, so for YouTube, it's like a lot different, a lot of similarities, but than TikTok. But then TikTok has so many similarities to Instagram Reels because Instagram Reels is trying to copy it. So this is before TikTok was out though. So YouTube, I was just concentrating on that, like had a decent Instagram game, like just posting pictures at the time. But then, yeah, it's just staying consistent with both. And then it was cool because I had a career path that people wanted to follow that I was just starting. My college baseball career. So people paid attention on that. But then I'd say the tipping point was once I was at Arkansas Tech, I just broke my hamate bone, just lived through that season. You know, looking at it from a different perspective, like, do I want to be here in Arkansas for 4 more years? I was like, you know what, like, kind of want to go back to LA Valley JUCO because that's like where a lot of the homies are. I met the coach there, amazing facilities. So there was a lot of pluses, give myself another opportunity, you know. I started vlogging it over there, like probably second game. Got a video that hit 1.3 million views on YouTube. And so that was like us playing San Joaquin Delta. I called the video playing the best team in California. So I mean, looking back at it, that was definitely one of my better titles. Super simple, like, oh, who's the best team in California? You know,
they were dogs. We played them.
And they happened to be one of the best teams in California. I was not lying. Like San Joaquin Delta is historically like one of the best JUCOs of all time. They're up in the NorCal, Stockton area. So
that was like the big one. That was the big one that kind of really kick-started.
It was really cool because, yeah, that was one of the bigger ones for sure. That was the first big one that I got. And so it happened at a time right when I was like, you know, starting to become a guy at LA Valley College. Like I was not slowing down my work ethic on the baseball field at all, especially like being hungry after just sitting out a full year with a broken hamate bone, you know? So I started to get opportunities. I started to do well. My dad was just recording me in the stands with, so I would record like the whole pregame We would just be like chilling, like while the other team's taking pregame, like eating a sandwich or something like that.
Yeah.
Just vlog with my teammates, the interconnections with it, the preparation leading up to that. And then it was kind of just on my dad to get some like cool, like either phone clips of me, just like simple.
Yeah.
Or if I wanted to pass it to him with the camera, he would like get some zoom in shots, or I would pass it to like a pitcher or something like that that wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
And we would get some like really cool like montages,
Those
game
pictures,
clips that I could work with like on the editing side.
Yeah.
And so that coupled with my performance like on the field led kids to just continuously watch my videos.
Yeah.
Like, and I would
Those
get
pitchers got very good at filming, huh?
well, I would know which ones to go back to for sure.
Yeah.
Like I would know which ones to not go back to because
No,
like
absolutely.
be filming nothing for like a long time, I'd got limited camera battery. But no, man. So I would eventually get like after that one blew up, I got like I would get like 50 to 60, 100K views on like the next videos. Like I hit a double or something, or like I hit this guy saved our game or something like that with this catch.
When you would get those views on just like everyday stuff that you were doing, was that kind of like surprising to you? Like was it ever surprising that you started getting the views that you got? Like, did it start out as more of like, I guess the question is like, did it start out more as a hobby, or were you trying to get those views?
So I think I was always trying to get those views.
Yeah.
So like once I started getting them, I was like, okay, this is the new norm. Like let's go, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
And because the people that I would watch were like, with like David Lade was an example of somebody I would used to watch. He's a fitness YouTuber. He would just put his heart and soul into these videos. So then why wouldn't he have the numbers, right? Like it's like, okay, put in 100% effort. He's getting like, then he gets a sustainable like career out of this. It's like, okay, that seems fair. Like,
So really you love what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
The numbers are kind of relative. It's just like, some videos don't perform to the best that you would
and
like.
I've definitely learned that. You do have to have a pretty high standard for yourself if you want to ever get anything done on this social media landscape.
Yeah.
But you got to just take your L's. Sometimes you could either blame it on yourself not being as consistent as you would like, or you could say, you know what, that probably wasn't my best post. I could probably do it a little bit better next time. And then like to explain a flop. But
well,
sometimes you get flops, bro,
Yeah.
and sometimes you're also like building it up. So it's a little bit different, like kind of in my shoes as like a guy that's been doing this since 2017, So then people starting out, and there's a lot of people starting out that are really good too.
Yeah.
Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because I know we've talked about you wanting to do something like the Savannah Bananas, So, like, where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Dude, seeing myself in 5 years, like, that kind of excites me right now, bro. I'm like, dude, I haven't even really thought too much about the possibilities because I've been so focused on the present and the now and just kind of making sure, like, I take every day and just, like, kind of go as hard as I possibly can on it, But in the next 5 years, dude, if that trend continues of, like, slowly where we're heading and where I know I want it to go, I see us, as a friend group on a team called the Valley Boys, touring the country, doing home run derbies, events, but then also just a ton of people just coming to our games. Like, but we would maximize like every place we're in. Trying to take that, with some people I know that I've met among the world. I know we could take it to different countries. We could take it to DR, Japan.
That'd be sick.
That would be.
Europe.
It'd be a smart idea too, because I don't think the Savannah Bananas have tapped into other countries. Have they?
Yeah,
I think they did Australia.
They haven't. They brought in a team from Australia, and that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having an Aussie on my team for sure. I bet you.
Shout out Savannah Bananas. If you need a team that's part of like what you're
Hey,
doing,
if
right
you guys,
here,
that would be crazy
shit.
if the Valley Boys were in the Banana Ball organization. I don't know, putting it out there, but they haven't done it yet, but I'm sure that's on the 5-year plan for them as well, playing internationally. Like I would definitely not put it behind them. I don't know if the baseball fans around the world are as accepting because
like this,
to something that's kind of like out there.
It was kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters, right? Like the Harlem Globetrotters.
They're basically the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Nobody's
it's like,
done what they've done.
But did the Harlem Globetrotters? Have you ever researched them? Because that's essentially what you guys are doing for baseball, right? Like Harlem Globetrotters would do all their trick shots.
Yeah.
Make basketball real entertaining, right? Like they were huge in the States, but were they big out of country?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think the Harlem Globetrotters are definitely kind of definitely more an example of like what the banana ball culture wants to do.
Yeah.
And just bring entertainment. I kind of realized that there's also a good kind of metaphor, like skateboarding was cool, you know, but like until they invented like trick shots and stuff is like when it like blew up with like Tony Hawk and popularizing the culture and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of what banana ball is really trying to do with baseball. Like they're just trying to bring a bunch of trick shots into it. I'm not giving up on baseball though, man. Like I like baseball. I grew up playing baseball. I don't think there's anything wrong with baseball. I think it's how we cover it though. So like I think it's how that means more cameras, like vlogging, but it's also in the editor too. Like we don't want to just see like kind of just like boring people on boring screens. You want to have people that have intent on what they're doing, like what they're shooting for. Like we're here for you guys, the fans. We're also trying to be the best baseball players we can be, and if we can get the audience for that, it's like then we get to live our dream, you know.
Yeah, well, I know like one person that they just picked up was Coach Rack. Right?
Yeah, Coach Rack's awesome.
I know Coach Rack is like he's extremely entertaining, but he actually teaches more so like the development side.
Yeah,
like, keeps it fun, right? And I know that you're trying to do more of the entertaining side, and someone else is like Eric Sim, and I know you've met Eric Sim, right? Like
a couple
collabed
times.
with him.
Yeah, Eric Sim's the boy.
What's he like?
He's exactly how he is on camera, off
Really?
camera. Yeah. I mean, at some points, like he could be like a little bit toned down, and then he'll say something exactly like how he is on camera. So yeah, he's a great dude. We actually, I was there like when he started to come up, but even before that, I remember watching him on Twitter. Like I remember
he's a funny dude.
My friend Thomas came up to me and was like, "Yo, bro, like, have you seen this dude like just doing prison baseball workouts like in like the cement chamber?" And I was like, "Bro, that's sick, man. It sounds like Wolverine. I'm like a big superhero guy."
Yeah.
But basically, a guy throwing a ball as hard as he possibly could and trying to hit 90. It was really cool, really entertaining, real cool to see that somebody was like, you know, having their true colors while also going as hard as they can and just like having a goal that you can follow.
Yeah.
And he was real about it too. Like
he was.
He would. I saw one video. I remember when he was in the prison days, and he literally woke up in the middle of the night to just go throw a pole down. No warm up, no nothing. Just went.
Yeah,
to
dude.
the
He's like a
prison
bar
and
owner or something like that.
Yeah, he
like,
was working at a bar at the time. I remember that.
Yeah.
And he would like pound beers in between like hitting and throwing. Like
That's hilarious.
crazy.
That's
But he was as real and as raw as it could be.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people like respect him, because that's just who he is.
Yeah.
People respect real.
No, 100%. I mean, he puts his heart and soul into what he does.
Yeah.
You know, and like you could see it. You really could. Like I think he's pretty genuine with the type of content that he puts out. You know.
So that paired with people that ended up believing in him is proven to have an amazing combo. So basically, Trevor Bauer discovered him like on Twitter, just like how a lot of us did. But Trevor Bauer, I don't remember at the time like where he was at like in his baseball career, but he
wasn't
definitely
he didn't get released by the Dodgers yet.
Had some major league money. Not sure if he signed a big contract yet. Definitely not the Dodgers yet. I think he was on the Reds, which is my favorite team. But basically,
Cy Young winner.
Bro, we're up and
Reds.
down as for our souls and emotions in the year being a Reds fan, bro.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick.
I'm sorry about
Trevor Bauer, you deserve to be in the MLB, by the way, like 100%. Without a doubt, you
One of the best
100%
ever.
deserve to be in the MLB.
It's a shame.
I will say that right now, and I hope you see this. And we have a spot right here on the pod if you ever need it.
Yeah, hop on, Bauer.
Hey, same with Eric.
Hey, you're a local, man. You gotta do some local stuff in the community.
Hey, there you go. And Mr. Sim, man, if you wanna pop a squaw right here, dude, you're next.
Yeah, Eric, I've never seen this clip.
So how'd you meet?
Big Sim.
Big Sim.
Yeah, big sib. So Kevin Chan, lift small, bunt the ball, Chanterprise. He is my guy. He was a Pasadena high school assistant coach. I think it was South Pass, and he was a mutual friend that me and my friend Leo DeTavio had, and he was a videographer at the time and just around the baseball community. So, you know, during COVID times, like he would actually give me a ride to Simi Valley and into like a facility, and we would like get some like cool clips and stuff. And he helped me on my first Valley Boys merch shoot. And Chanterprise is awesome. He ended up getting an opportunity being Trevor Bauer's videographer for Momentum.
Okay.
And so he just picked up and just moved to Scottsdale or moved to Arizona and just started crushing it with them. And so I think maybe he's been there for like a couple months or something like that. And then next thing you know, Eric Sim, King of JUCO, is becoming a YouTuber. Like he was never like really like a dedicated YouTuber before that. It was more like Twitter workouts or something like that. And now he's officially picked up by Momentum and like Content Life and stuff. So he did like a little LA tour, and we were his first stop, and we ended up hitting some bombs at one of the local fields up here in Glendale, and it was a pretty fun shoot. We were just going home run for home run, just doing like pretty much batting practice home run derby.
Yeah,
and it was
that's
just
awesome.
It's entertaining. It was pretty good video too. Got like 150,000, 200,000 views.
Yeah.
Paige Halstead was there too. She's really cool. She was with
Okay.
Momentum at the time, but isn't anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, then, you know, I hope some stuff that me and Chanterprise like worked on, like, you know, translated to Eric. Obviously, he's like massive now, and super glad to see like where he, from where he started from to like where he is now, and I've met him, you know, a couple times like on different stages of his journey. So it's really cool to see like how much more locked in he keeps on getting like during this whole time. Like met him up recently for a Bruce Bolt event.
Okay.
And yeah, he was like, yeah, man, like we were just talking about how we can get better, like both of ourselves. So it was really cool to see that, like his spot or his mind space, and like, you know, how I'm starting to think like along the same lines of somebody so successful.
Yeah,
So
no, absolutely. And I know that you and what we do are like two different types of media, right? Like you're more on the entertaining side, but like what we do is primarily more so for like the serious player that wants to play at the next level, you know, and we want to be able to help as many of the athletes that have those aspirations, right? Which, I mean, if you're a high school baseball player, you know, like I personally believe that you do have an opportunity to play at the next level. You know, you just got to kind of, like you said, put your heart and soul into what you're doing, and you'll have that, and you'll see that success, right?
yeah.
So it's two different types of kind of, I guess, media, right? Like ours is a little more dry because we're giving these kids videos for recruiting purposes, right? But I kind of want to take a step away from that for a second and go towards more like the entertaining side of baseball, right? And what you're doing. What's like your thought process if you were like a high school kid, right? What would that tip be to that high school kid that wants to play college ball, right? But might see baseball, like the things like in the weight room, as like a chore, right? Like how did you kind of separate the chores, right? Like the workouts, the constant practice into something that was entertaining?
Yeah, so, you know, I feel like a lot of people tend to overcomplicate baseball, especially in the youth cultures in high school. And, like, a lot of people take the fun out of the game, you know, making themselves like a drill sergeant and stuff, like when somebody didn't necessarily ask for that. And, yeah, I feel like there's a time and place, but it's really easy to get bogged down in it. But the way I never did was just knowing, you know, I had a picture of what I wanted to look like in my head, you know, as like a scrawny high school kid.
Not so scrawny anymore, dude.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Trying to put in work, gaining weight, you know.
I know you could take Bowens in a fight, but
I cannot take Bowens in a fight. He's probably the most qualified to just like wrestle the heck out of somebody. Like he knows how to chop, like you know, do all these moves I've never even heard of.
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. Anyways, keep going.
I had an image of what I wanted to look like in my brain, and I also kind of knew where I wanted to go. Like when I say kind of, you don't need to know exact details like 100% of the time. You eventually want to figure those out, but you got to know that you want to get somewhere. So, you know, I'm gonna work as hard as I can for this opportunity. I don't care, like, if you're just trying to embarrass me, like, bro, I'm gonna get this done, like, and I don't care, like, who's next to me dragging me down, like, who's like hating on this, like, bro, stop complaining, we're here, like, might as well focus on it. So, I never looked at, that was also the time too, like, where weightlifting wasn't really, it was accepted by like college baseball, or it was accepted by.
It wasn't big yet. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't what it is now.
It was at a time. Weightlifting was at a time in high school, like, where the first thing you look up when you look up baseball lifts is like Dan Ugla using like a forearm like machine, forearm gripper.
That dude's forearms were freaking.
That was like that was like
almost
all
as
we
big
knew.
as yours, Pags.
That was like all we knew, bro. Like I mean, just knew like the steroid era guys, like back in like the 90s and 80s and stuff, and then just like Dan Ugla, like forearm workout videos.
I mean, dude, look at Mark McGuire. That dude is like freaking ripping through his shirt.
Dude, Jose Canseco just, he's about to host a home run derby that one of my players is going to be in, bro.
Oh, no?
It's going to be sick in October in Miami, the Marlins Stadium. Shout out Leo.
He's in his 60s now, right?
I think
he's
something like
getting
that,
there.
bro. And he's still in really good shape.
He's an awesome dude. I've met him a couple times. He really is.
I would imagine. I mean, I respect Canseco for the fact that he was like one of the first. Him and Ken Caminetti were the first two to really tell you the truth of what's going on in baseball.
Yeah.
Wasn't he gonna box someone?
He wants to box A-Rod.
Yeah.
He hates A-Rod.
That's
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
it would be, right?
A-Rod would never do it.
Oh, he'll never take
He'll
that.
never do
He'll
it.
never take that.
Steroids?
In
would
today's
you
game?
approve? Yeah, in today's game,
No.
would you approve
Hey.
of steroids or not?
I'm 100% natty. We'll go off of that.
All right.
But I don't know. Look, like people like Jose Canseco, like he seems super educated, and I'm assuming never got off the steroids. Like since his playing days, he's always just been on. So I don't know. There's people like that's like their lifestyle and stuff. But it's like, dude, like you got to understand that like a lot of people are just trying to play like how God made us and stuff.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to, us being dialed, you being dialed and on steroids, it's kind of just like, dude, what are we doing? I get the entertainment aspect though. So I don't know, maybe in like my league, just don't ask questions.
I'm
but,
willing.
like,
I'm willing to put it two different ways.
we want the people's like health too, like solid.
Yeah.
We don't want some guy just like yelling at us all the time just because they're on roids and their brain's pressing. So
Well, I mean, like I'm willing to kind of put an argument there, saying like if you're that guy that wants to be that competitive, right, and give yourself that competitive edge, right, and
you're taking the risks, I guess.
and you're taking the risk for it, and that's where your mindset's at. Like you live and breathe baseball. I say like go for it. I personally believe that Barry Bonds, regardless of like what people say, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I disagree.
I mean, like you
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think
even though
dude,
you
He would
still
have been
need
a
to
Hall
put.
of Famer without the juice.
dude, he would have been. Yeah, exactly. He would have been a Hall of Famer without it.
Then he should have done it.
You cut his home runs in half. He's still hitting more home runs than most major leaguers. Literally cut him in
it's
half.
tough. Did he get caught like during his career, or was it after his career?
It was during his career. Like I mean,
lot of
look
guys
where he
do.
started.
Like that.
Yeah,
that's where it
that's
ended it.
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen pictures of what he looked like before he started?
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, he was scrawny.
Well,
and
it's
then
very
now he's,
scrawny.
like-
It's a shame, like for the kids, because it's like when you see like I grew up a big like Albert's my favorite, and Albert never got popped, but
Yeah.
like Manny Ramirez is one of my guys. Loved Manny, loved A-Rod, and it's
Yeah.
like, and as a kid growing up, you see this guy get popped for the juice, and you're like, wow, like
It's disheartening a little
it
bit.
is disheartening.
I get it.
It's same
I
thing
get
with
it.
like Ryan Braun, because my mom works at Budweiser right here, right across from where we're at right now, and his mom works there. And so my mom knows his mom.
Yeah.
And as a kid growing up, it's like Ryan Braun's from the Valley, I'm from the Valley. It was like a huge like thing to me. And then he got popped. That really hurt because I
Yeah.
got to meet him as a kid, and like he's somebody you look up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're just like, wow, really? And it's like you lied in front of everybody.
Yeah.
It's like McGuire. McGuire lied in front of Congress,
That's
and
true.
then 10 years later he wants to cry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
He
well,
should.
okay.
I don't
Pete
think
Rose was in it
Barry
for a
Bonds.
different way, though.
You can't bet on baseball.
You can't bet on your own team, though.
So he betted on his own
Or
team
you're
to win,
still-
though.
He should be in the Hall of Fame
Yeah, I agree. Like he should be.
because him
I don't
betting
think-
did not affect his playing level.
It
No,
didn't affect. It
or
didn't
his
affect his
skills.
playing
Yeah,
level, and it
so-
really didn't affect the team play because he kept it to himself. So it was just a different way for him to.
And he bet on the team to win too. Like
Exactly, he bet on his own
there's never
team to
any
win.
Instances of him like betting on his team to lose.
Exactly.
Obviously, if you bet on your team to lose, like
That's
absolute like no Hall of Famer scumbag
Yeah,
for sure. But
absolutely.
like I feel like a lot of people overlook that argument. Like obviously it was like a no, but it's like he does happen to be the most hits of all time.
Yeah.
So it's like
Hey,
kind of want to like it's kind of a bad look to just never forgive
Yeah.
ever. Like at least in this instance, maybe if he's like super apologetic about it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen his stance like in a while because he's
Yeah.
had like a long career, post career. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely Pete Rose like Hall of Fame. I don't condone gambling at all though, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you
No,
know, a lot of people are in gambling like crazy and got gambling addiction. So no way am I promoting it, but I think Pete Rose deserves a shot in the Hall of Fame, dude.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
I was at Pete Rose camp when I was younger.
Hey guys, I gotta go right now because I got a lesson with Vincent. He's a big fan, so he'll be
Savage.
watching us. So
Yeah.
How was it like from the start, balancing being like a student athlete first and foremost, like, and then turning into another world that you were just brand new to, like this social media type of thing, and like how did it wear on you mentally and physically?
Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, you know, that's why not a lot of people do it. You know, there's the student side. You got to get decent grades, especially if you're trying to play at a decent college or something like that. And then, you know, baseball side, that was most important to me. You know, I got to stay up to date on my skills, on my swing. Got to make sure my velocities are like tapped in with my arm and my bat. But then also it's like, dude, like, you got to take care of like your other dream too, bro. Just like, making sure you film yourself, making sure you have like a plan on like each video and like where you want that to go. So yeah, balancing all that is definitely not easy. A lot of late nights, like especially after like long baseball practices. We would eventually like have lifting right after, have like 15 minutes in the cafeteria like before they close, grab some food, take it back to the dorm, and then just edit the rest of the night from like 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. and just like wake up at like 9 a.m. for your like next class, like wake up 15 minutes before or something like that, and just like bike over when I was down in Arkansas. But yeah, man, so it was not easy. When I got to junior college, it definitely became a little bit easier. You have practice every day regardless, so.
Yeah, so you were grinding then. It was like, it was,
yeah, no editors at that point at all.
No editors, I mean, like just playing college ball in general, right? Like that takes up a lot of time, especially with you being serious about it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So like being able to,
especially trying to get to another school too. Like, you're not done at LA Valley.
So
like,
balancing the two, like you're sitting there grinding probably like 10-hour, 12-hour days, and then I don't know, did you work as well?
No. So my dad has been providing for the family. He had his own metal manufacturing plant called Steve's Plating, and then it became Big Red Machine Shop. Now he's working at a place called Rad, but basically he's been doing that, and my mom has been teaching. So kind of allowed us to, especially live at the family house while being, going to school locally, which is really cool.
No, that's awesome.
Like night and day different than just being kind of out on my own in Arkansas. Like,
I mean, when you have that
foreign territory.
When you have that support system of like your family being able to support you, right?
Definitely blessed that like my mom and dad like always like said like, okay, I mean, this looks dope, go for it, kid, pretty much. Like so, they never like really had too many doubts. Like thinking like, because I know it's pretty. I'm sure it's a lot more common now, but back then it's like YouTuber, like what the heck is that, dude? Like. I'm like, no, you could really make a lot of money. Like, so just showing, it's cool that a lot of people, like, there was a lot of examples though too, like, none in the baseball world at that point, but like I said, fitness, like I would pay attention to like Logan Paul and stuff and like Jake Paul, and they were posting vlogs like every day, like 10 to 15, 20-minute videos every single day, super high edited, super high energy, plans and like crazy like challenges that they were doing that day. So I was like, dude, I could like upload a game day vlog like once a week.
Yeah, no, so, absolutely. So kind of shifting gears here more towards like post-grad, right? College came to an end, right? It usually does. What was it like, kind of that transition from college to like post-college, being able to continue what you're doing? Was there any kind of like hiccups along the way? Was it easier for you now that college kind of college ended?
Yeah, I totally get what you mean, because like once college ends, you don't have baseball practice every single day with the team.
Yeah.
So it was very just like, okay, back to COVID times, like, and I was like, dude, like, okay, I could run with this. Let me take a sec, like mentally, and then get back on it and just train as hard as I can, get in as best shape for whatever opportunity comes my way. And soon after that, I was blessed to get an opportunity with the MLB All-Star Game in Los Angeles, and MLB The Show like took us out and like put me in this event with like a lot of people that are now my really good friends, influencers that I like kind of knew of in the baseball space, that I hadn't met in real life yet. A lot of MLB The Show guys, but like I said, like I was the first one to do this, like vlogging baseball. Like I said, Dodger Films was before me, but they're doing like games and stuff. And so then that turned into me getting introduced to the Dodger Films guys. And for context, Dodger Films are a group of friends that play softball and some other sports occasionally, kind of like backyard baseball. And they have around 2 million subscribers, and they've been just doing it forever, like videos with like 100 million views. Like,
who's part of that? Like, who's?
So Bobby Crosby is the man behind the camera and the edits, and the man behind the show, and is in the show sometimes, like really good hitter and make some plays and stuff. But and then it basically stars Gabe Smith. He's like one of the main guys, because these fans watched him grow up from when he was like 10 years old to now 18. So him, like Lil Kershey, like a bunch of guys that have been guys and girls that have been given nicknames and have become like iconic in the fan base of Dodger films. And if you watched, I guess, baseball YouTube around then, like you would either watch or you wouldn't, but you would tune in. And now if you tune in again, like I'll be there.
Yeah.
Like I've been there for the past 2 years now.
Okay,
so
good for you.
Just going from college baseball player to then Dodger film softball player, sometimes baseball player. So from a skill level wise, like obviously there's a drop off between college and softball. They're different. Like college baseball is like last school I was at was like in Monterey. It was like literally military style, like in like 30-degree like weather with like howling winds. Like you're facing a hack attack that's jamming you on every single swing. Like we're all just trying to get through together. Like can't tell if we're crying or not because like the rain starts to come in. Like faces are red and get through that season. We ended up like going like 10-40 or something like that.
Yeah.
Terrible year. And then get to play just no pressure, just like softball front toss, just hit bombs every at bat, dude. I'm like, let's go. This is awesome.
Right.
And it gets viewed in front of, hundreds of thousands of people, like every video. Like blessed and thankful for
awesome.
that turnaround. And now people know me as Stephen Knez, like, dude, you're a legend on Dodger films. Like, oh my gosh, Stephen Knez, like the GOAT of Dodger films. Like, it's like, I'm like, oh, thank you. But let's give that to Gabe. Gabe's been there longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ended up going on like a record pace of hitting 58 bombs in 32 games.
Oof.
Yeah. So I broke the single season record, and I'm about to break my own single season record. I have 54 home runs in like 26 games or something like that right now.
How long is the season?
So they would rank. It's a little weird because like they're not all the same. Like they kind of just film however much they like. Bobby wants to film that like year. And so like back in 2016, I think they were filming like 100 games or something like that. But like I think we legit filmed like 32 games in the on season last year, and probably going to be around like 40, 45 this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, different. I'm in a different phase of Dodger films for sure, but definitely trying to make the most of it and like vlog while I'm there doing game day vlogs. Like that's how I started. So
you've definitely grown because I mean, you went out to Dubai for Baseball United. Like that's wild.
Dude,
like
super.
You got to
blessed
meet
for that
guys like Robinson Cano. So like, what was that like? That I mean, for me, that would be an experience and a half.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That would be an all-time high.
It was an experience and a half, maybe an experience and 3/4, bro.
Okay.
Like, it was insane. Like I said, getting blessed after college and then running with whatever opportunities. I got an opportunity with Baseball United to help spread baseball to kids in India.
Yeah.
And so it was basically creating probably 10 introduction videos on like certain topics of like what baseball is.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to do my best Coach Rack impression. Coach Rack like does a lot of those instructional vids and he's really good at them. But I was kind of just winging it and they turned out pretty good. And they asked me to then become a part of the Baseball United Content Corps, which is a group of 10 individuals, some group teams, throughout the country that they just handpicked that they knew would feed the Baseball United information in a language that they liked, that was enjoyable, consumable by like a common viewer, or that was popping, So then, Cash brought all of us out to Dubai, like, because they were having their Baseball United All-Star Showcase.
Like when he invited you out? What was that like initial like, hey, I want you to come out to Dubai? What was that like? What was
so
that
there was
feeling?
talks for a while. So there was talks.
Yeah.
So I was definitely expecting it, kind of like, okay, I wonder if this is gonna happen. But they were doing something for the first time, a completely different continent. Like, so there's hiccups, there's stuff that they got to deal with. Like, I'm sure they get turned down and then they got to like find another way around it or something like that. Like, there's so many complications in foreign governments, bro, that Cash has to deal with. It's insane.
Really?
So they'll get hate, but they're like, dog, like, we got to keep on moving this train. Like, we got actual like countries that like don't even talk to certain countries that are like we're trying to get like access to, So I'm sure that there's a ton going on there that I don't even know about. But basically, we got a email itinerary. And I was just like, dude, let's go, we're going. Like, and then they told us like, how we would get there, like, and how I was getting compensated and all that stuff, and just like all the details are really cool to see because like like it's an opportunity that you could really only dream of. Yeah. And so then we get there. That's a whole nother thing. Like, I had to go first time out of country to Dubai. It's a long flight, but then get there, and it's an amazing hotel. Like right when we walked in, big old poster of Didi Gregorius, just like with this Baseball United jersey on, saying like "Welcome." Like it's like pretty cool. Like they have like a whole experience for us, like right at the concierge desk.
Yeah.
And then we ended up getting breakfast in the morning or like dinner at night. I think it was too late of a night, and so we ended up getting breakfast in the morning and just like sitting on the table right there, bro. It's just Bartolo Colon, just like eating like yogurt or something like that.
Exactly.
And then like Pablo Sandoval's just walking around like in his like super nice shirt. It looks like he got a fresh cut. And then we got some lesser known guys that like I've heard of, and I'm like, oh dude, this guy's dope. Like and just pulled up a seat. And then like next thing you know, we get some of the content core guys like next to me. The Bat Boys were there. Like I've been friends with them for a while. Shout out Liam and Eric.
Did you travel with anyone else from the Valley Boys out there, or was it just you?
It was just me solo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just me solo. So I was trying to like see what I could get like with either vlogging it or like vlogging like myself doing interviews or something like that with the tripod. Yeah, just kind of winging it. Had a plan, definitely going there. I still have a ton of more Baseball United content too that I got to get out. But yeah, then we ended up getting shown the fields, and it was pretty crazy to see a giant cricket stadium, Dubai Cricket Stadium, like getting converted into a baseball field.
Yeah.
I
saw those videos too. They put in some work to get that stuff done.
Dude, they outsource from like non-traditional countries of like that you would never think like baseball. Like I think Cash was putting in like the Arabian sands or something like that for like first base sand or something. I don't even know. He was doing some super innovative stuff. And it looked amazing too, like on the field.
Very innovative, like you said. He changed some of the rules, like of normal Major League Baseball.
Yeah, the main one though is the golden ball, and like he used that, and it's double the amount of runs you score with it. So like if you were to hit a double, that would score in one, it would be like worth 2 or something like that. But
so if you had a 3-run home run, it would be a 6-run home run.
So he ended up hitting a 3-run bomb, and it became a 6-run home run. It was the first 6-run home run in history, and it's pretty cool to witness in person, just like vlogging it as a fan. And just like kind of like, dude, this is dope. Like And so
he even tried making it a little more entertaining in a different aspect. I know the MLB, like they're trying to make it more fast paced, right?
Yeah.
But out there they were trying to make it more entertaining by adding new things.
Because these are eyes of people in a different country that haven't even heard of baseball, or that have heard of baseball and that have already turned off to it. But hey, in India, they apparently have like an insane amount of like Yankees like memorabilia that's just worn at all times. Like so, like I don't know. Baseball is iconic whether the world knows it or not. So I think that's what Cash knows as well. So potential, once it catches fire, it'll just like be a forest fire, bro, with like how many people like start falling in love with baseball, the game that we know. Even with the swag, bro, like baseball players are cool, dude. Like I think like, you know, some people in like all across the world, they'll realize that, and what he's doing is super innovative, and I want to help out in any way. Like, we're trying to figure out some ways behind the scenes on how we could help him with some media, some stuff that I'm eventually gonna pitch. So wish me luck, guys.
What do you think is kind of like the most entertaining parts about baseball right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like for sure home runs. Home runs are key. Like obviously Aaron Judge crushing it with like, how many is he up to now? Like
over 50.
Yeah, over 50.
Over 50?
Ohtani might have a 50 season when it's all said and done.
Yeah. I think adding like the stolen bases, like making it easier to get stolen bases, definitely key. Because like, I don't know why like people just weren't running because the catchers are so good or something like that. But I don't know, opening up the bases, doing what they did clearly worked. Stuff like I like when people are able to just like kind of just talk, and like if you're interested in the guy or not, like you can listen in.
So like them miking the players up and all that?
Yeah, I think miking the players up, like, you know, I like miking the players up when it's like on like, you know, how Trevor Bauer's doing it. Like he's doing it like for intent, for a reason. Because like if you're not, then you're just like basically having a phone call during the game, and it's like it's like we want this guy to be locked in, right? Like so, but if you're like locked in, you're like amped up, and you're like, oh, dude, I'm about to catch any fly ball near me. Like, that's entertaining. Cause
or like someone that just dropped a bomb that was like a 3-run home run to lead the game.
Yes, if you hit a bomb and then you're like, let's go, you get that moment. Like, that's sick.
Tying into like entertainment in the game, we're talking about miking up major leaguers and stuff like that. I want to now transition to like Valley Boys and how you guys like mic your players up for your games, and how's the season going, by the way?
Yeah, man. So going from my individual Stephen Knez brand to then making the movement of, merchant apparel, Valley Boys apparel, and being out of college and seeing what the possibilities were like with people, like Cash making their own thing in Baseball United, like in different countries, with Dodger Films just doing it here on YouTube. I was like, dude, okay, I'm turning my brand into a team called the Valley Boys Los Angeles, and we've been filming mic'd up stuff, more on the reality side, the reality TV side of entertainment, filming a lot of kind of commentary stuff, funny scenes, mixed with my vlog expertise, because like I only know vlogs. I had to teach myself like all the rest of this stuff, especially along the way. But we have guys that have done it before. Like one of our main players, Leo DiTavio, he was on The Bachelorette, so like he has that experience.
Okay.
He was in The Bachelorette, he was in Bachelor in Paradise. He's one of the first people historically to get kicked off of Bachelor in Paradise, actually.
Okay.
So we got some entertainment there. Leo's classic, man. Always in beefs with my teammates, and yeah. But then we got guys like Anthony Bowens too. Anthony Bowens, he reached out before season. Really good timing, and he played baseball his whole life, and then got into wrestling, became an AEW superstar.
Yeah.
But is based out of the Valley. So when he's not on tour, a couple days out of the week at least.
Yeah.
And so he's like, dude, like, want to train, like play baseball or do something?
He just fought
like
in Australia, didn't he? Like out of country, didn't he? Wasn't it?
Yeah, he was actually performing in the United Kingdom at Wembley Stadium.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, for one of the
sick.
biggest pay-per-views for AEW. Like,
That's awesome.
Dude, UK fans, I guess, of wrestling are insane. Like, he was
Really?
telling me that it's like 3 a.m. and there'll still be like some mob of fans like at the hotel doors and stuff, just waiting for you to come out, bro. Like, and he has to come out with like, it's like security and stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's just playing with us on like some sucky fields in the Valley, like trying to
That's
just
funny.
destroy Sunday League teams. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. So we're just really trying to make it super entertaining in our team. We know stuff is gonna follow that we can't control, like other teams being extra chirpy because they know they're on camera, even though we're just filming our guys, really. Like, and we're very respectful with like our umpires and everything. And we actually had one umpire though, like. He threw 2 of our players out, and I would say it's unwarranted because he was, being a little bit favorable for the other team. They were actually drawing lines in the zone, like on like where a strike was, and like I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Like showing him up.
Like a player's like mad, like they'll show him up. I've never seen that happen and not get thrown out. So like this team we were playing, like I saw that happen 2 to 3 times, and the umpire just didn't throw him out. And he told our catcher, he's like, "Yeah, I keep my cool, man." Our catcher gets thrown out, and our Leo actually gets thrown out. And then as one of our players are walking away, he's like just like muttering something to himself. He's like something. He says the word wife. I don't even think he said a full complete sentence. And then the umpire flipped out, bro. Like legit, like saw red. Started taking off his shirt and wanting to fight like our player, and was like sprinting.
The
on
umpire
the field.
wanted.
Yeah, it was insane, dude. Like, glad that the Valley Boys were able to keep our cool, because like just somebody coming at you like wanting to like do like not good things is just like an interesting situation.
Yeah.
But all of our guys stuck up for each other, and we just wanted to play baseball. The other team wanted to play baseball. They're like, umpire, what are we doing, bro? The game was called like then and there, and it was like the 6th.
Yeah.
And we took the L, but it's like, dude, like we were down players, but I mean, and then the umpire took out 2 of our players, so then we were down to 8, so we actually didn't have enough to play.
Yeah.
But technically, I would have been down to just play like a regular game, dude.
Yeah.
Like umpires will have the catchers call it, man.
Should have thrown Bowens in there, dude. Bowens would have handled it.
Hey, Bowens was right in it, man. Bowens was
Carey?
he was like this, like he was right on the scene.
Now let me ask you this.
Carey was kind of reserved in the dugout.
Yeah. Now I know that I asked you like who would win a fight between you and Bowens. Now I have a new question. Who's winning in the fight, the umpire or Bowens?
Bowens 1,000%, bro. He'll pull some crazy wrestling move. Like I said, I couldn't even tell you he has an arsenal of moves that he can do.
A little suplex.
Yeah, he'll do a suplex on home plate. That'd be crazy.
That's hilarious. All right, dude. Well, listen, Stephen, it was awesome having you on the podcast. It looks like you got some gear. Valley Boys 44 made this glove for you. It's sick.
Dude, shout out 44.
Yeah. This thing's sick.
Shout out my guy.
But yeah, I mean, is this your logo right here? Is this
yeah,
supposed
so
to be you?
well, it actually happened to look like me. That's not even what we were going for, but everybody thinks it's me. I obviously do see the similarities. I just kind of cut the flow though, unfortunately. But
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, running with it. Just trying to build this Valley Boys universe.
Where can they get all this stuff? I mean, a lot of it's
Cop some
pretty
merch,
sick.
not the glove, but we got the hats, we got the hoodies, we
Yeah.
got some of the shorts on valleyboys.shop. And follow us on Valley Boys LA and Valley Boys Apparel to get caught up in the loop. Also follow me on Stephen Knez everywhere. That's where I post like my most kind of prestigious content and stuff. And that's what I've been doing the game day videos on. So check that out, but also check out all the other stuff for
Yeah, it's sick stuff, man.
new
I mean,
updates.
Yeah, I really like the hats. You know, you're an awesome dude. I appreciate you coming on the podcast and talking about your life and how you started Valley Boys. You know,
Appreciate it, man.
It's pretty inspiring, and it should be inspiring for a lot of young athletes that are, you know, wanting to play the game.
Dude,
So,
great stuff. I love what you guys are doing here too at
you.
Pulse.
Yeah.
And just crushing the game, crushing the analytics, the Valley, just doing everything, doing it all. Now
Yeah.
you're doing a pod, dude. Let's go.
You know, gotta share the love. You know.
Yeah, man.
But anyways, that's a wrap for the Pulse Pod. You know, we got Christian Pagalitis, awesome dude. Special guest Stephen Knez.
Sure.
Nick Brush, our videographer and editor. Everything you need right there.
Let's go.
All in one, baby.
Tier 1 sports media. Tier 1 sports media right there. I just want to say thanks again, Stephen. Be elite and be seen.
Yes, sir. Let's go, baby.